up, y'all? And it's Hump Day Wednesday. It's on. Yeah, me and you, we do. Oh, yeah, we gon' get this thing. Yeah, we, me, you. Oh, let's get it rockin' and poppin' tonight. It's on. We are talking about limitations, baby. Yeah, I'm dirty, but not that dirty, baby. Boom. So we and yeah. You ready? Limitations, baby. Yo, are y'all ready now? I am Hump Day, baby. Hump Day, baby. Limitations. Da 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 Ready? Y'all ready? I am All right, let's go, y'all. Hump Day Wednesday, all up in your area. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, son 752, aka Omad with the and if you can't say Omad with the with this, you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show, all up in your area. Tonight we talk about limitations. Limitations. The limitations that you put on yourself. You know, at those times when you feel like you're going too far, or when you may be in the habit of something, or the routine of doing something, maybe maybe it could be something negative, and normally it is. You know what I mean? Because the limitations part is the preface. Well, the preface, however you say it, however you pronounce it. And then we have the I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. I'm not that dirty. So you may know some people, or it might even apply to you at certain times, where there may be times when you might do something that's a little bit out of bounds, a little bit grimy, a little bit. This is not the kind of thing that we talk about. This is not the kind of thing that you share with just anybody. This is the kind of thing that you kind of sweep under the rug. Like if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't ask, you know, that kind of thing. But a lot of times people believe that what you will do to one person, you'll do to everybody. And we're gonna tackle that situation. We're gonna tackle that concept. We're gonna tackle that question. Do y'all believe that? Do you believe that if a person lies to one person, then he'll lie to the other person? You know, like when it comes to infidelity, a lot of people will say if a man will cheat on one woman, then he'll cheat on all of his women. Is that true? Is that true? Because that kind of goes against the whole thing that where I might be dirty, but I'm not that dirty. You know, shoot, you have to know your opponent sometimes. You have to know who you're dealing with. So what you might be able to get away with one person, you may know that you can't get away with it with another person. What I might be able to do over here might not be what I'm able to get away with over here. So it's like here, and then it's like there. Let me put my toys away, baby. Let me put my toys away, and let's have this. So let's get to it. Let's get into it. Get involved. These puzzle pieces right now. We gonna solve, y'all. How y'all feeling tonight, man? I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should. I know I'm feeling like a real man should, and everything is gonna be all right. Everything is gonna turn out decent. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. One little favor before we get started anywhere, in any way, any capacity. Please hit that like button. Hit the like button. If you don't see the like button, come out of the chat for a minute, and it'll be right there. Bow! Bow! Just hit the like button. Trust me. Trust me. We're going to talk about something good tonight. Limitations. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. I'm dirty. Like, at times I'm, you know, like, all right, like maybe you smoke weed. Yeah, I smoke a lot of bud. I mean, puff. I smoke. I got to get, but I ain't going to smoke in front of my grandparents. I ain't going to smoke in front of the pastor. I ain't gonna smoke in front of the cops. Like I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. You know what I mean? I mean, on some real shit. You might be you may have problems with fidelity. Like you are fidelity challenged. It's hard for you not to cheat. You a cheater. And yeah, you may cheat on basically anybody that you're with, but you might not cheat with their girlfriend or try to holler at their cousin or their sister or something like that. You have people out there that'll do that. So I'm dirty, but I ain't that. Hold on. Oh, limitations, baby. Limitations. Do you have them? Some people think that some people do not have limitations. And when you're dealing with somebody that doesn't believe that somebody else has limitations, they can be a hard person to deal with. Because it's one thing not to have any faith in human nature, but it's another thing to think that everybody who does one thing does another thing. You know, one of those sayings that the old heads always said was, if you're a liar, you're a thief. Or if you're a thief, you're a liar. I'm not sure exactly what order it went in, but they definitely connect lying with thievery. Now, shoot, if you steal something and somebody suspects that you stole it, you may have to lie about stealing it. But just being a liar doesn't necessarily mean that you will steal something. Now, stealing something, does stealing something definitely mean that you will lie about something? They may be right about that, but are they 100% right? Are there any exceptions to the rule? Well, we can talk about all of that. We can talk about all of that. What's going on? T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, Shirley Cheryl? What's up? What's up, man? Good to see y'all, man. It's always a pleasure. Always my pleasure to see y'all. So that's what we're talking about tonight. That's what we're talking about tonight. Limitations. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. I'll do this and I'll do that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know, like a violent person, somebody who is used to reaching out and touching people who get on their nerves or who frustrate them or make them angry. Maybe they don't know how to deal with their problems other than, you know, all right, put your hands up then, or let's take it outside. Like Nancy, what's her last name in politics? For those of y'all who follow politics, I think her name Nancy Mace or something like that. She called out Jasmine Crockett, talking about, so we can take it outside. Like, I'm not a child. We can take it outside. I'm like, man, Jazzy, yo. I tell you, the politicians nowadays are bringing out the real pettiness in everybody. Like, we are living in a hell of an era. We are living in a time unlike any that I've ever seen in my life. The things that we are a part of nowadays is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this. It ain't pretty either. It ain't beautiful. This thing ain't thinging. The thing ain't thinging. But let's get into it. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. Limitations. What would you say are your limitations on yourself? What are the limitations that you place on yourself? Because everybody has to have limitations. You know, you may struggle with overeating. You may struggle with substance abuse, alcohol abuse. You may struggle with fidelity, pleasures of the flesh. Pleasures of the flesh. You know what I mean? You might be the type of woman that a man touches on the arm. You ready to, like, all right, well, he pulled me into the bedroom. Like, man, he only tapped you on the shoulder. You know what that means. All right, so me and him did it. I'm trying to learn how to control myself. Well, anyway, if you're the type of person that easily succumbs to physical pleasure, as far as sexual activity is concerned, you may have to learn how to limit yourself. You may have to learn how to place limitations on yourself. I mean, we all have to do it. And it's not as easy for some people as it is for other people. For some people, it's really difficult to put the limitations on themselves or to understand the limitations that other people have. You know what I mean? Some people do not respect or recognize the limitations that other people have on themselves. Like, if you don't participate in a particular activity and you know somebody who does participate in that activity, you may think that they don't have any inhibitions or any type of limitations. And you're probably wrong. You just don't recognize the limitations that they have because you are more inhibited than they are and you have more limitations than they do. So you see the world through a more narrow scope than they do. They are more willing to go out and explore and try new things. And you may be painted into a corner or put inside of a certain box. And you may be comfortable with that. For example, let's say you were raised in the church. And, so you were taught that you're not supposed to have sex outside of marriage, or, you may have really bought in. You may have really bought in, so you don't believe in being, not just not being promiscuous, but you don't really believe in fornication. You have to be pretty dialed in, especially during these days and times, in order to hold on to a belief like that. But there are people who do it. So let's say you're in that space where if you don't have sex, or maybe you're sexually active, but you would only have sex with somebody that you were romantically involved with in a monogamous situation that was definitely identified as such. So there would be no situations where, we would go out on a date and just somehow randomly we wind up in the back seat of the car. Oh my God, this is the best date I've ever been on. This is great. No, that would never happen with you. But for somebody who would do that, to them, well, should I say to you, they would have no limitations. Like, she'll just, you might be looking at it like, she'll just fuck anybody. She'll just let anybody run up in her. She'd go out with a dude and next thing you know, they in the bed. She don't have no limitations. And the chick is probably like, well, first of all, I'm grown. That's number one. Number one, I'm grown. And number two, of course I have limitations. I don't go out with men that I'm not attracted to, that I don't like, and that I wouldn't see myself like that in that situation if it called for it. But regardless of what I do, that's my business. And I do have limitations. They may not be the limitations that you have because you are so ingrained in a certain way of thinking that you don't see how anybody can move outside of the limitations that you place on yourself. So you might not see somebody else as having limitations because their limitations are far, far, far exceeding yours. So limitations. What limitations do you have? Limitations. When I think about the limitations that I've had to put place on myself, now I know that there have been times when I've definitely had to scale back. I've definitely had to mitigate myself. I've definitely had to, switch some things up and rearrange some things and, make things a little bit better, or definitely put the brakes on. Put the brakes on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you got to put the brakes on something. You ever been riding with somebody as a passenger and they driving a little bit reckless? And you are a driver yourself. You know how it is. You know how it is when you are a driver yourself and you're riding as a passenger with somebody else, and they might be speeding a little bit. They may be cutting in and out of traffic, switching lanes a lot. You know what I mean? Riding a little too close to the guardrail or other cars as far as you're concerned. And you might be in there. You know what I'm talking about. When you pressing the brake, and you ain't nothing but a passenger. You ever do that? Press you here you are. You don't have no steering wheel in your hand. You're supposed to be a passenger sitting back chilling. But you can't chill because this person is driving a little They driving a little You're not feeling the way they navigating the vehicle. So you in there pressing the brake. You got the passenger brake over there like a student driver. Like a student driver car. What up, X-Ray? X-Ray Koala, what's going on? He says, yo, son, how we doing, my man? We doing lovely. Everything is good. I'm feeling like a real man should. What's good with you? What's the topic for tonight? Tonight, we're talking about limitations. Limitations. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. So we're talking about the limitations that you might have to place on yourself and how other people may not recognize the limitations that you have because your limitations may be greater or may be less than what their limitations are. It's sort of like a communication problem, a communication issue. Let's not call it a problem. But when in any situation, when one person does not understand another person's culture, understand another person's feelings, understand another person's ways, understand the way that or appreciates the way that somebody does something, you can always run into some deep-seated problems because you're dealing with somebody who's going to be judging you, or you're going to be judging somebody at all times. So that's the communication problem. When certain people think that it has to be this way or it's all the way that way. No, how about it can be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It doesn't have to far exceed this. But in order for you to be conscious of those limitations, you have to know what limitations you have on yourself. And if you're not the type of person that actually places limitations on yourself, then you can find yourself in a lot of trouble at times. You know what I mean? You can find yourself in a lot of trouble. Even if you're just talking about going to work, if you don't place certain limitations on yourself in your private life, in your home life, in your family life, it's going to be hard for you to make money at a job working for somebody else. If you don't exercise some kind of self-control in your personal life, then in your work life, or should I say in your professional life, it's going to cause problems. And it could be something simple. If you are a drinker and you don't limit how much you drink on a nightly basis. So instead of saying, well, I'm only going to drink on the weekends, or if I come home and have a drink, I'm only going to have maybe a couple of beers, maybe a glass of wine. You know what I mean? I'm not getting drunk. If you're the type of person that as soon as you get off from work, oh yeah, it's on. You hit the bar, from the bar, you hit the bar in the crib, so you can't go to bed without being drunk. And that's going to make it hard for you to get up the next morning, or you get up the next morning, you're a little bit hungover, or at the very least, you got alcohol on your breath or whatever. You know, anybody who has struggled with alcohol, a real problem with some alcoholic shit, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy to get up the energy to do shit, especially work, when you have an alcohol problem, because you know your mind is thinking party, party, party. And it's time to actually concentrate and get shit done and batten down the hatches and be a professional. Act like somebody who's trying to make a couple of dollars. Cheryl Halsey, what's going on? We got Cheryl, the world's most precious, the greatest pearl in the world. And we got Cheryl Halsey. What's going on, man? Good to see me. Some you. Appreciate you coming through. Always, always, always. So that's what we on X-Ray Koala. That's what we talking about. Now, let me ask y'all, what limitations have you ever placed on yourself? Have you ever placed limitations on yourself? Have you ever, and I'm sure you have. And I mean, there may be limitations that you are willing to share, and there may be limitations that you would rather not talk about. But we all have to mitigate ourselves. Mitigation, baby. Slow down, you little hooker. Shorty got the problem with the bends. It's like she likes to bend over and then he hits the skin. Blood fart, what's good? Good to see you, my man. Haven't seen you in a little while. It's always good to see you coming through. Appreciate you. What limitations have you placed on yourself? What are some things that you do but you don't want to go too far with? How about this one? Spending money. Some people like to blow cash. They like to blow cash. You know what I mean? They can't keep no money in their pocket because they feel like they need to buy everything that they see. And you know how hard it is to keep money when you got a spending problem. When, like, I can show you the chaotic day of an overspender, or a person who can't control their spending. So let's say you get up, you see a commercial on TV. All right, oh yeah, that's a nice product. You get your phone, Amazon, all kinds of apps and sales pitches on social media. Like, yo, this thing on Wish or Temu or whatever. You know what I mean? So here you are. Oh, it only costs this much. It only costs that much. You buying shit. You go to the barbershop. Yo, I got to get a haircut today. You go to the barbershop. You know people always coming through in the barbershop selling shit. Hey, yo, man, I got these gold chains. These shits is, you know what I mean? These shits is 18 karat gold, man. You know what I mean? You can't get, listen, these shits is $5,000, but I'll give it to you for $500. Really? Is it, these joints real gold? Yeah, man, I got the gold test on it. You know what I mean? Hey, I got a lighter. See if that shit burn. I'm trying to tell you, 18 karat gold, son. 18 karat gold, this thing heavy. Thing got more weight to it. It got more weight to it than a Coke package. This shit weigh a kilo. In the barbershop. And when you spending money like that, you want to spend money. You spent money on a TV commercial, spent money on your phone, you spending money at the barbershop. People asking you for money, you lending out money, you giving money, you donating, kids selling candy, you giving yo. Next thing you know, you borrowing from somebody because you can't control your spending. So at some point, you have to place limitations, even if it's like a daily budget. A daily budget. Making sure that you don't spend more money in a day than you're supposed to. Now, some people really struggle with the daily budget because the daily budget doesn't factor in the little intangibles, the little random things that might come up that you might want, the little things that you might buy that you probably ain't got no business buying. But if you know you only make this much, but you are potentially spending this much, that's a problem. That's a problem. It got to be dealt with. Bloodfart says saving money so the wife can spend it. Well, she might have to, limit herself too. She might have to limit herself too. Limitation is not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. Matter of fact, it's a 4-way, maybe an 8-way intersection. Everybody gotta be able to one person can't be the only one that places limits on themselves. That's going to make it a communication issue, and after a while, we're going to have problems. Now, let's say in a situation where the primary income earner may be the only one that's bringing actual money into the house, because there still are a lot of households where one person may be the only one that is bringing money into the house. So if that becomes the situation, then you have a situation. If that becomes the situation, then you have a situation, and eventually that situation is kind of going to blow up in your face. That can get a little, But the other part of this is I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. So when we start talking about limitations, we also have to talk about the negative things that we do that we may still place our limitations on, and we have to do it. This is not really it's not that much of an option. Anybody who does not place any type of limitations on themselves or their behavior is doomed for failure. Failure, ridicule, persecution, maybe even prosecution. Bloodfort says, I quit my job today because my boss owes me $19,000. Say what? Now, we can call this a difference of opinion, but I'm not quitting a job where somebody owes me $19,000. I'm staying on that job till I get my $19,000, and then I will relieve myself of those duties. But I'm not. Now, without knowing your whole story, you could be talking about a situation where you're working for nothing. So it wouldn't be profitable for you to keep on working because maybe he keeps promising you money and he's not delivering. So you're still giving him, days of work, putting that time in, putting in that pain, putting the labor in, and he's not paying you. So I can understand stopping working, but I wouldn't call that quitting. Like, you gonna give me my money, $19,000? How does an employer owe you $19,000? I can understand, like, maybe if that's a commission. I get it. If it's a commission. He says he keeps getting further behind with me. He owes me $24,000 from this month and only paid $5,000. Oh yeah. So I can't blame you at all for making a move. because that definitely sounds like that's a move that needs to be made. If somebody is playing around with your money like that, listen, playing around with anybody's money that's not the thing to do. That's not the way to be. That is not the move. Yeah. Now, what are you going to do to get the rest of the money? If he gave you 5,000 and he owes you 19, if he has you out of sight, I mean, are you going to have to sue him? Shoot. Civil law is expensive, man. Wow. I'm going to let it ride and find new work. You're a better man than me. I ain't even going to hold you. You are a better man than me in all facets. All phases of employment, you are a better man than me. Yeah. Well, if you're an independent contractor, I get it. I get that part. If you get paid an hourly wage or you work for a company, I don't. But anyway, limitations. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. What y'all know? Limitations. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. Like, I might do this, but I wouldn't do that. Like, listen. All right, I might mess with a big joint, a fat chick, but I ain't gonna mess with no 500-pound chick. I ain't gonna mess around with a chick on my 600-pound life or whatever. You know what I mean? You got, listen, man. Shout out to all y'all chubby chasers out there. Y'all do your thing. You know what I mean? But I don't, hey. And most men, not all men, definitely not all men. But most men, if they feel like they can get away with it and if the opportunity presents itself, they will slide up next to a big joint. You know what I mean? Get me a little cushion. Get themselves a little cushion for the push. Cushion for the push. But they might not be willing to carry the whole weight. They might not be ready for the weight of the world on their shoulders. The weight of the world on their shoulders, baby. Getting pancaked by 500. 500 pounds is a big joint. Ain't no 500-pound joint just look big. That's a big joint. So you might mess with a chick that has a little size on her, that got a few good, Pillsbury rolls on her, but you might not be ready for that whole loaf of bread. Nah, man, we not ready for the Stroman. We only doing biscuits over here. We only doing biscuits. You know what I mean? Hey, give me that roll of Pillsbury. Give me Pillsbury, baby. You might not be ready for the big. Might not be ready for the big. Hit the like button, share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Breck. Vanelstein? Bloodfart says big girls can cook like a motherfucker. Not all of them. Some of them just eat. One thing is for sure. If she a big joint, she eat a lot. She gonna make sure that everybody gets fed. But they don't necessarily cook. Not all big joints cook. And one thing is for sure, not all big girls can cook well. Even the ones that cook. There's times when we gotta break down certain stereotypes. Not all fat chicks can cook, and not all of them appreciate good food. There's some who do, and there's some who don't. You be like, yo, you got fat over this shit? You gotta take into consideration. There are some vegans out there that are fat. Vegetarians out there that are fat. Mad carbs, baby. It's easy for a vegetarian to get fat. Mad carbs, like, yo, man, I'm eating this meatless spaghetti. This shit is the bomb, baby. And this meatless spaghetti, this thing is going down. It's going down. It's real in the field. But yeah, there's some stereotypes that just don't fit the bill. Speaking of which, how about this one? Since we're talking about big girls, a lot of men think that all big women really know how to do a chewy the right way. Like, oh, big girl, she's definitely going, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know any men that's been with all of the fat chicks, but you ain't gonna tell me. Remember, Superhead was not a fat chick. If you ever seen Superhead give head, believe me, that's a premiere. That is premiere head that she getting. You know what I mean? She play that shit. It's more of a hand job than anything going with the mouth, but she knows how to get the juice out of the orange. Pun intended. She knows how to get the juice in the juicer. She knows how to get the fruit in the juicer. That's the best word. And she was not a fat chick at all. Not even close. So I'm like, so you gonna tell me, let's come up with some stereotypical fat girl names. Bertha, Mary, Bubbles, Juicy. Come on, y'all. Come on. Florence. Now, I'm just thinking of fat chicks that I've known and what their names were. Kathy. Constance. You know a fat Constance? Damn. Yeah. Connie. You might be Connie. Yeah, okay. All right. What's that? Ice or Ice Cool 85? What up? Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. It's just hard to give up rice. It can be hard to give up rice. But rice in and of itself should keep you all right. You know what I mean? You should be all right with some rice. But when that pasta though, yeah. That pasta is going to break the scale. It's definitely going to put you on the ground side of the seesaw. It's going to put you on the ground side of the seesaw, baby. Bloodfart says, I know a big ass Amanda. Amanda is definitely Mandy. So, do big girls give head better than everybody else? Or forget about whether they give head better than anybody else, because I'm not sure if I've ever heard that. But I have heard that all big girls give head. Like, it's guaranteed. Ain't gonna be no, you ain't people, dudes I know act like you could just whip it out with a fat chick. Y'all can be fully clothed. Matter of fact, you can have on a winter parka, a hold down parka. Pull your man out through the parka. Like, pull the parka. You know what I'm talking about, 3/4 length coat. Just pull your coat up, put your man out, and she'll be like, oh, yeah. She go bobbing for apples. Is it true? Like, big girls don't have no limits? Like, when you date a big girl, she knows that it's an obligation for her to... I mean, is it a guarantee? Now, it might be true. The majority of people may actually believe that. And maybe they have evidence to support that. I'm thinking like, come on, man. Come on. Come on, son. What we got? Bloodfar says big girls go in faster. Go in faster? Okay. So like what's up? How we doing? Then big like they hung then big like so you need to relax. Oh, I think I know what you're trying to say. Like, what's up? How you doing? Then be like, so you need to relax. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know. I don't know if it's true for all of them. But hey, if that's the general consensus. If that's the general consensus, then that's what it is. Now, trust me, there's a skinny girl somewhere listening to the show, whether right now or later on, they're gonna be like, shit, ain't no fat chick beating me. I get to the balls. I get to the balls. I take it all. I swallow you whole. Ain't nothing left, and I'm deaf. You gotta understand. I please my man, and I do it like no other body can. Yeah, that's the girl she talking about. What you talking about, yo? I make sure you spit it out. And I'ma take it there. What you talking about? Yeah, get it in. Don't care. Limitations. I'm dirty, but I ain't that dirty. I'm dirty, but I ain't that dirty. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think that a person who steals from everybody? Do you think that a person who steals? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. Let's get a little poll going. Let's get a little poll going. A little poll. Let's get a little poll. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's the question. Here's the poll question. I want y'all to check this out. Do you think that a person who steals and or lies, do you think that a person who steals and lies to everybody? Or do you think that it's possible for them to steal and lie to some people and other people they will not steal or lie to? So that's the question. That's the poll question. Let me see. All right, I put it up. Let me see what y'all saying about that. What's the general consensus? Does a thief and a liar steal and lie to everybody? Or is it like, well, if you a sucker, if I know that you'll fall for the lie, then I'll lie to you. If I know that you won't catch me stealing, then I'll steal from you. If you stupid enough to leave valuables around like a sweet like that, then I'll let you know. This not the kind of neighborhood where you can leave your bike on the porch, you gonna get torched. This is not the kind of neighborhood where you leave your car door open because niggas out scoping. This is not the type of neighborhood where you leave your front door unlocked. You're going to get blocked. Should I say, we on the block and we taking inventory and raising the stock. I'ma make sure that you get your alarm system because you not came in and dissed them. Well, you live and you learn. You leave your door unlocked. Well, it's my turn. And I'ma take every opportunity to get with you and take from thee. Yo, you now know that this is just the way that it go. Well, you know how it go. What do y'all think? Okay, Bloodfart says a thief would steal Jesus off the cross, then come back for the nails. So you don't think that there's anybody that a thief won't steal from? That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting because I've known my share of thieves in this world. I have definitely known my share of thieves. And I've known thieves who will basically steal from anybody. And I've known thieves who say, no, no, mm-mm. I'll steal from those who I can get away with stealing from. And there are people who I won't steal from because it's just not worth it. Crazy Steve says, I think you don't know what you are on about. I think you don't know what you are on about. Well, what's up with your Australian grammar? Because I don't think you know what you are writing about. But you can do better than that. I know that you can do better than that. I know personally that you can do better than that. Steve, raise the bar, baby. Raise the bar. You know? Yeah, I know you. Come on. What we doing? Yeah, like I said, I've known my share of thieves, and now I've known countless liars. And they are, they the ones I've known have picked and chose. I mean, they picked and chosen. So, they would get, a lot of times they would have a specific demographic that they would steal from. Like some people would only steal from people who have a lot of money. Everybody else, they ain't even worth robbing. It's like a bougie high post thief. I ain't robbing you for that corny shit. Go up here and rob. Back in the day, I thought it was a funny thing. Okay, hold on.
You have a call.
All right, caller with the last numbers 1132. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get you on up in here. Where you are here. Just bring you on in just a second. Yeah, remember back in the day, like in the black community, you would hear people saying like, we go up into the white neighborhoods where the rich people are or whatever, and we'll steal from them, but we won't steal from people in our neighborhood. And I'm like, that is the most bullshit I ever heard. People that live in the projects will steal from other people in the projects, because that's what being poor and uneducated is all about. You don't normally go out of your comfort zone or your known location. I mean, you don't know anywhere else. You don't know how to conduct yourself too many places. You haven't been exposed to a lot of different people or a lot of different places. So you normally just hang right there and do your dirt amongst those who are doing their dirt. So maybe the richest person that you know is that dude, the drug dealer on the corner getting that money. So you'll rob him. Very local. Very, very local. So, but yeah, that used to be the common myth. On some Robin Hood shit. Steal from the rich and give to the poor. Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Hit the like button and share the show. Hit the like button and share. Hit the like button and share the show. Hit the like button. Yeah, do me one solid. I'll do it for you. And there's no word solid. I'm telling you, it's the truth. I got proof. And we're going to do this. No mystery spoof. Yo, we going to do it like simple and plain. We ain't throwing up money, not trying to make it rain. But I'm not insane. Yeah, I'm kind of crazy, but I do this thing. Energy never come out lazy. Praise me. No, not like I'm God, but like I'm up on here coming in hard. Nah, say no pun intended and no diddy. But I'm trying to make sure that I do it for my city to city. And Philadelphia is where I come from. Northside, Germantown, you don't play dumb. Because I'm here and it appears that I'm still be here when everybody is gone and clear. All right. We have a caller on the line. All right, caller, you can come in. Caller with the last number is 1132. What's good? Thank you for calling in. Thank you for holding on. What's on your mind tonight?
Hello. I'm calling about the topic.
Okay.
And this is just my opinion. A thief is a thief, and a liar is a liar, and I hate the two together.
Okay.
I don't like it. I think a thief would steal from anybody that get a chance to. Especially if you put your information out, they would steal from you, But when you don't put your information out and you go looking and searching for shit, that's what pisses me off right there. You go looking for shit to steal. I don't like that shit. I don't like a thief and I don't like a liar. However, you can't get played. You can't get played, especially when it's like somebody, like if you're on talking about a man and a woman being gullible for a man. He can't play you if he know your buttons. Now, if you're a strong woman, he can't play you. And he wouldn't want to try to play you if he liked you like that.
Okay. So what we're talking about is limitations. So what does that have to do with limitations? Like the limitations that you place on yourself. So, all right. So the other part of it is I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty.
If you're dirty, period.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Okay. So okay. So you don't think that a person who plays dirty can play clean with some people?
No, I don't. Because sooner or later, they go try you. A zebra ain't gonna never change their stripes. If you marry a hoe will always be a hoe.
Okay. So
you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Period.
Oh yeah.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
You actually can. I mean, a lot of hoes know how to cook and clean and raise kids.
Yeah, and she fucking your father or your brother right behind your back.
Well, from my experience, a lot of women who are promiscuous because they're looking for love. And
don't be getting all proper with me, Omar, talking about promiscuous.
Hey, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. A lot of women are promiscuous because they're looking for love, and they found that men will like them or do for them if they have sex with them. So they've learned to cope in that way. You don't think hold on, slow down.
That's bullshit, I'm not agreeing with you on this topic. A thief is a thief, and a hoe is a hoe. A liar is a liar, period. If it's in you, it's in you. Only how you can get it out of you, repent and ask God to help change you. Because you can't change you.
Well, how did you learn to be the way that you are?
That's why I'm like I am. Because I've been
No. I don't mean you. A person who lies and steals, how do you think that they learn to lie and steal?
I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know why people do the things they do. I don't like nobody. Like I said, I try my best. I try my best to help people. I like to be encouraging and inspired. But when I put myself out there, like I said, I try my best. That don't mean for you to go and dip in my shit and go behind my back and try to find out about me like you an investigator, like I'm doing something wrong, like I ain't telling the fucking truth. I tell you what the fuck I want you to know. I ain't got no reason to lie. You ain't got to go steal my shit. or you ain't got to compete against me, because that's what it is. It's low key competing, you know. And some of these bitches out here ain't even half the damn woman that I am. I'm 53 years old without no kids for a fucking reason. God set me up the way He did. I ain't no old fucking maid. There's certain things that I just won't do. I'm not gonna lie, cheat, or try to trap no nigga. I don't have to do that shit. If I ain't his cup of tea, I ain't his cup of tea. I ain't waiting on no nigga either.
Okay. So you don't think that a person can learn to lie and steal because lying and stealing has been working for them?
I don't know, because that's not my mindset. That's not my mindset to try to lie. I try to be, truthful to people. And if it's something that's not mine, I'm not going to take it. I'm not. If it's not mine, it's just not mine. And what God bless you with, He bless you. He can do for me too. He's no respecter of a person. That's just like when you stealing shit. And you get everything you get, but then you want to fuck somebody else's life up too. It's like slapping God right in his face, because you ain't happy with your life and you don't want to see that other person happy. And I wish a bitch would call me a motherfucking old maid. God go slap them and choke them in their motherfucking face. Because I done got out there and I done tried. Without cheating. I done tried. I done did the whole thing. I ain't finna doggone sit up there and, I'm not finna sit up there lie, steal, creep, trap. I'm not doing that. That's not my character. I gotta sleep at night. So, to me, if you're dirty, you dirty, period. Now, I have heard that a good woman can change a man. That's if that man want to change. God can't even keep that man. That man got to want to keep himself.
Hold on. Slow down. Let's stay focused. Because what we're talking about is limitations. So if you're telling me that you don't believe that people who do wrong have any limitations, I don't know. I have some questions about that. I think everybody has limitations. Like, I don't.
I think it's a thief, period.
Okay, well, hold on, but okay. I mean, a thief may be a thief. They may always be a thief. It doesn't mean that they steal from everybody, though. Wait a minute, yo, you moving around like I'm hearing a lot of background. Like, I don't know like it's like your phone is hitting up against something. What you doing over there?
I'm not doing nothing, hitting nothing. But I have heard that sometimes drugs make you steal. Well, a person in my family, she once said that she steal because she steal and ain't got nothing to do with being on drugs or anything else. So, I don't know. So I don't know if drugs make you steal or what, or a thief to be a thief. I don't know. That's just like, I can't get in that mindset, because if you're not gay, you can't see how that person thinks. You know what I'm saying? I can't see how that person thinks. I'm not a thief. I don't know, how that person is. I can't tell you. All I know.
All right, hold on.
Them from me.
All right, check this out. For example, people who drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a lot of times when people are drinkers, they won't drink just anything. They might have their drink of choice. So a beer drinker might not like liquor. Like, they not drinking liquor. That's their limit. Like, I only drink beer. Or a weed smoker might not sniff coke. Like, no, weed is my thing. That's it. That's my limit. So I smoke all your weed with you, but anything else that you try to bring in, like coke, heroin, syrup, all that kind of shit, I'm not with all of that. So they still have limitations. So they might be a straight pothead, but they won't drink nothing else. I mean, they might not do anything else. Same thing with a drinker. Like, Like certain drinkers might. I know drinkers who only drink wine. You know, because anybody who drinks alcohol know that wine drinkers think that they the shit. You can't tell wine drinkers nothing. They think they top shelf, wine tasting and all of that shit. They'll tell you that wine don't even make them drunk. I'm like, nothing keeps you drunk longer than wine. That shit get in your blood system, your bloodstream. You'll get drunk off wine on Friday. Be feeling that shit on Monday, and it didn't drink nothing on Saturday and Sunday. But the bottom line is they might still have limits on themselves. Like,
yeah. Well, that's what you're talking about drinking, but you talking about drinking. Now, I don't get the same thing as drinking, lying and stealing from something like that.
well, the point that I was trying to make was that if you limit yourself in one area, then you can limit yourself in another area. But I'm glad you said what you said about, you feel like a liar is a liar and a thief is a thief, because yeah, people who don't do what other people do think that they don't have any limitations. Like, just okay, for example, if I don't eat pork and you eat pork, I'm probably going to think that you eat not only do you eat ham, not only do you eat bacon, but you probably eat hog maws, you probably eat chitlins, you probably eat pig knuckles and pig feet and all of that kind of shit. It doesn't mean that you eat all of that. But to me, yeah, you don't have any limitations because you eat the pig.
Well, I have ate the pig, but I don't do it no more. I only eat some of the pig.
Exactly. But that's my point. That's my point. So it's irresponsible for me to think that you eat the whole pig just because you eat some of it. Why can't you just eat some of it? So the same.
I just don't. I don't get the same until when it comes to being a thief and a liar. I just think that sooner or later it's going to come out of you, and that could be very dangerous.
Okay. But
that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. And I had to work the way I am, like right now. I had the worst experience when it comes to a thief and a liar. When it comes to like just that, and being online, when you don't tell all your business, that don't mean you're lying or you're showing, just part of your life, I'm not no liar. That don't give you the right to go behind and go find me, unless you're trying to hook up with me. I can see you being a dude trying to find me and trying to get to know me, but ain't no bitch got no business dipping in my business. Ain't no pastor got no business dipping in my business, stealing my money. A thief is a thief, period.
Okay.
A thief and a liar is a liar. And I try not to do it. I try my best. And when I was lying, I would only lie to get myself. I don't even see some people just lie just to be lying. Shit, if I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie to get myself out of trouble. I ain't gonna be sitting up there lying just to be lying. I'm not gonna lie just to be lying. I'm still in lying, no. Shit, if I don't have it, I don't have it. I ain't got no reason to steal it.
No, I mean, you don't have to do what they do, but understanding why people do what they do, and
I can't get in their mind to understand. Just like I can't get in their mind to understand why somebody would commit suicide. I can't do it. I can't even relate. I don't even want to think that way. Or either being bisexual. Being gay. I'm not gonna. I can't think that way. That's not in my mind. It just ain't in my mind. And I'm gonna think just like my God think. Period. What he likes, I like. What he don't like, I don't like.
All right. Cool. So, what are some things that you've had to control yourself with? Some things that you've had to put limitations on yourself with?
I definitely put limitations on, like you say, drinking, because I don't drink everything. There's certain kind of wines that'll take me there, and I don't like going there. I don't like it. You know, I don't like certain wines. I don't like beer. I don't like certain beers. When I was drinking beer, I don't drink beer no more. I haven't
Mhm.
had a beer in a long time. Not saying I wouldn't try it. I just haven't, I don't drink it. And liquor, certain liquors I don't drink. And I understand what you're saying about wine, because there are some winos that think that they're not winos and you can't go there. But I just don't, I don't like a thief in my life. If you tell me you're gonna do something, do it. Don't have me waiting and when you ain't did nothing. Sit up there and told me a whole lie, and then I find out the end is a lie. That's the worst part about it. Because sometimes you don't know it's a lie until it's too late.
Okay, cool. So now the whole drinking thing. So besides the types of alcohol that you might not drink, is there a limit? Do you place limits on how much you will drink?
So yeah, I got, when I turned 21, I got towed up. So I know my limits. I'm not going no more than past a couple of drinks. I know that limit. I know when I'm there,
Okay.
and I just, I know how to control, what I drink and how I drink, and that took some years. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that took years, and I'm not a person that, could sit up there and let anybody influence me into that shit either. And I heard people say, well, my husband got me on weed. I wasn't even smoking weed until he started. No, you was doing that because you wanted to do that. He didn't get you on weed. You have control over that. I've seen interviews where entertainers said their boyfriends got them on drugs. No, you did that because you wanted to do that, because you didn't have to do that, or you didn't want to lose that man.
Okay. So if they did it because they was influenced by their man, or because they feared losing their man's. I mean, you still think that decision was all it is, and that, I mean, it still sounds like they put some, maybe they wouldn't allow themselves to be influenced to try things like that with just a random boyfriend or whatever, but maybe their
I,
husband.
I think that's a weak-minded person, because even with my mom, and I'm speaking for myself, my mother said my father got her smoking weed. My mother used to smoke weed.
Mhm.
But she said that's where it started from. No, I think that if that's the case, you was weak-minded and you did that.
So you think everybody who allows somebody to influence them is weak minded?
It's a possible case of pressure. Excuse me, peer pressure, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to be strong enough what to be in and what not to be in, and who to be around or who not to be around. Especially if you know you weak.
What if you what if you didn't want to go to school? What if you didn't want to go to school and you were dealing with somebody who kept pushing you or encouraging you to go back to school, go to college, take college courses, get your degree? And what if you decided, all right, you know what, to shut you up, I'm gonna go ahead and go to college? Would that make you weak minded too?
I could say, I'll say yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and then if it's a good result and you do it, you might be glad and proud. So that's not nothing bad though.
wait, whoa, 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 whoa. So you saying
That's
that
all.
only the bad stuff makes you, only the influences with the bad stuff makes you weak minded?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I believe so. Yeah, because that if it's going to corrupt you, yeah.
Mm, okay, all right. So standing your ground on not doing something negative makes you strong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But even if somebody tries to improve your life or get you to elevate yourself in some kind of way, you should still stand your ground if you don't want to do it.
I think you still standing around if you know you can't do it, and they still trying to get you to do it. I had a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend. I never worked. He the one got me working, and then now that I started working, and my hours weren't contained where he couldn't see me, now it's a problem. It was a problem, and he the one, now he the one that forced me to work. But my hours did not compare to the way he wanted. We couldn't see each other. So it was a big old problem now. See what I'm saying? I was minding my business and I know what I could do when I couldn't do. And I couldn't hold down that job because of my health.
Okay. Well, I don't know. We talking about limitations, and I don't know. I think that if I don't think that you have to be weak-minded in order to be influenced by somebody. I mean, because whether somebody is trying to get you to improve yourself or hurt yourself, you're going to have to ultimately see the benefit in doing what they do. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're weak-minded. I mean, we go to school.
Well, okay. Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on just a second. We go to school for 12 years of our lives. And we allow our teachers to teach us all of these things that we did not know. And we accept a lot of those things that they teach us. We reject some of it. But for the most part, in those 12 years of primary school, we accept those teachings, and we accept those teachings as facts and as truth.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make us weak?
No, but that's not. Excuse me, that's not what I was really trying to say.
Yeah, but the thing is, some of those things that they taught in school weren't correct, but we accepted many of them as being law or the truth. Did that make us weak?
It's like I said, it all depends. I don't know. Just like, I don't know. I don't know. You have to separate. You have to learn how to separate the two. You don't have to go like I got a low following. I'm very inspirational. Does that make you weak when you come on my page and I ain't holding a gun up to your head and tell you that this is the truth, that you gotta learn this. You do that because you want to be nosy and you taking it in. I'm not asking you to come on my page. So with the learning thing, I don't know if that's weak or not. I know what I'm going to be around and what I'm not going to be around, whether it's weak or not. I know what I don't like and what I do like.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Far as limitations, I know anything like drugging or whatnot, that's not none of me. Period. I just don't like nobody being nosy, being on our business. Not that I have nothing to hide or anything, but I think your life should be private. It's not nobody's business.
Wow.
Your life should be private, period. And you shouldn't be trying to take nobody's life, especially when you're supposed to have a good life on your own. It don't make sense.
Listen, I found something interesting. I want you to listen to this. I looked up the definition of weak-minded.
Mm-hmm.
I found an interesting definition. It says, first of all, I didn't know weak-minded was an actual word. I thought it was like two words put together. Turns out it's like a word with a hyphen in it. So it's weak, W-E-A-K, and little dash, what do they call this? Hyphen, M-I-N-D-E-D. So it says, weak-minded means lacking determination, emotional strength, or intellectual capacity. I think that's an interesting definition. Lacking determination, emotional strength, or intellectual capacity. So I went a little farther for another definition, and it said foolish, or it said having or showing a lack of mental firmness, irresolute, or vacillating. Or number two, lacking intelligence or judgment, foolish, derived forms. What I found most interesting about the definition is that it doesn't say anything about being easily influenced. It almost sounds like this is a psychological condition. Weak-minded. Now, when they say lack of mental firmness, you talking about mental firmness, I'm thinking strength. But you haven't really defined what weak is, and you haven't really defined what strength is. So that tells me that it could be subjective either way. But, Crazy Steve says, today, son learned a new word. Son learns a new word every day. And I'm proud to do that. I have a pretty decent vocabulary, always had. My daddy told me to look up things in the dictionary all the time. He made me read a lot, a whole lot. Whatever you think a lot is, triple it. I had to read. I might be a lot of things, but a dumb nigga ain't one of them. So, So,
and that's the same with me. I might be a lot of things, but dumb and slow, I'm not one of them.
I could dig it.
Dumb, slow, and gullible, not one. And if I have been that way, and it's only been maybe one time, I learned from my lessons. I ain't never let no nigga take nothing of mine. Never, especially if he coming from jail and thinking I'm gonna let a nigga take me down. I don't think so. No, I'm not. I'm just calling because I don't trust thieves and I don't trust liars. Now whether you can change or not, I don't know. I'm still working. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. I ain't mad at you. Well, listen, I want to thank you for calling in. Appreciate you as usual. Don't hesitate to call in again. I want you to have a good night.
I hope so too.
All right.
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. That was interesting. Weak-minded. I didn't get a chance to ask y'all what y'all think. When it comes to being weak-minded, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Do y'all accept that I guess this is a Webster definition? Do y'all accept this definition? Lacking determination, emotional strength, or intellectual capacity. But let me ask y'all what I asked her earlier. Do you think that a person who is easily influenced or that allows themselves to be influenced, do you consider them to be weak-minded? What do y'all think? Because I'm going to say no. Because if like the caller was saying, if you allow yourself to be influenced to do bad things, if that makes you weak-minded, I don't see how it doesn't work the other way as well. Sometimes it's not It's not a good thing to stand your ground. Only people who have real intelligence and good ideas should stand their ground. And I've known from my experience, the people who are the most fucked up, the people who are the most reckless, the people who are the most who cause the most trouble and get into the most shit, they are always the ones who want to stand their ground. The ones who are the most violent, the most chaotic, the ones who are most problematic, they are always the ones who want to stand their ground. The flexible people, the successful people are always flexible, always willing to listen to reason. But motherfuckers who don't have shit going on, they always are steadfast and staunch in their convictions. And you be like, yeah? So that's what you decided to be 10 toes down about? Mm-hmm. Okay. You know, so you facing 40 years in jail. 40 years in slammer. Nope, I'm not telling. You know what I mean? I ain't snitching. Like, you don't have to snitch. All you have to do is say you weren't there. No, I ain't saying nothing. Because I ain't, you know, I'm solid. I don't be telling. Those are the motherfuckers who stand their ground. Dumb motherfuckers. Crazy Steve says, weak-minded is you lack discipline and goals. Okay. You drift through life like a lost boat in the ocean with no compass and no destination. Kim Williams says, kind of like my associate who's proud to say that she's narrow-minded. What is IQ? Donald Trump got motherfuckers talking about IQ. You know they don't give out IQ tests anymore? Like, they don't give out IQ. That's the shit they used to do back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They don't do IQ tests anymore. What the fuck is IQ? Like, this shit is yo. Now, that's weak-minded to me. To be running around, like, anybody who follows that motherfucker, now that's some weak-minded shit. Knowing that he's corrupt and letting it go. Like, now that's some weak mind. Anybody who follows, yo, huh? Yeah, it takes a weak mind. Kumar, what up, Kumar? How you feeling? They thought I was like, what up, LL? I don't know. I'll ask you, but it's all good. One is better. Says, hello, how's your day going? I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Said, something you lack, IQ. Yeah, I had an energy. We don't know. When did you take an IQ test, Steve? Because you don't, you know what I mean? Anybody in this modern era who's talking about IQ is listening to Trump, because he's the only person who talks about that shit. Low IQ. That motherfucker's still living in the 50s. He was born in the 40s. He's still living in the 50s. That's what it is. Make America great again. Bring back IQ tests. Get the fuck out of here. One is better says, I filled my... Wait a minute. Let me read this first. Okay. All right. Woo. Glad I didn't read that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta watch out for these motherfuckers. They just be writing. They just be writing. There isn't. They don't give IQ tests anymore. Let me see. Do schools still do IQ tests?
According to Metro Kids, federal law does not mandate how school districts identify gifted children, and there is no universal agreement as to what constitutes intelligence or giftedness. Still, many school districts use an individually administered IQ test as at least part of their screening process, and those that do often use the IQ.
Okay. So some schools do. I haven't heard IQ since I was in school. That shit is outdated. They were right. Yeah. Smooth brain. I mean, we can bring back the word lobotomy. Why not? Bring back all that divisive bullshit. It don't matter. You can call anybody what you want to call them. Can you beat them? You know, there are a lot of different ways that people measure success. So just because a person doesn't measure success by your standards or live by your standards doesn't necessarily make you any better than they are. Whatever being better than somebody means. Now, there are ways to be better than people at certain things. Like, there are certain things that you can definitely measure who's better. Like, if I play you in basketball and I score more points than you, I am better than you at playing basketball. No way around it. I may be able to dribble better than you, pass better than you, shoot better than you, guard better than you. Like, you can't beat me. I'm better than you. You know. Kumar says there is no way a test can show how smart. You know, you show your intelligence just by writing that. There's no way a test can show how smart someone is. But they used to use that shit to disqualify people. They used to use it to divide people and discriminate against people. That's what those tests were all about. That's what they were all about. I mean, my dad was a high IQ. I think 140, some old crazy, whatever high was, you know what I mean? He was definitely all the way up here because the military used to administer IQ tests so they could see where they could place you in the military. And the reason they did that, especially with black soldiers, was so they would have a justifiable reason for keeping them on the infantry level and not teaching them any skills. You know, so after they got out of the military, they didn't know anything because their IQ showed that they weren't worthy of being taught anything. You know, so all of this. And now I didn't have to have an IQ to research that. But racism, you don't have to have a high IQ to identify racism, discrimination, and white supremacy. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. It's really pretty easy. So okay. So limitations, because that's what we're talking about tonight. Limitations. I'm dirty, but I'm not that dirty. So we're essentially talking about the limitations that you place on yourself, good or bad. And you know how sometimes you may do some things that are out of bounds, illicit, or unconventional, but you may still put the brakes on certain things, like sexually. Maybe you'll eat pussy, but you won't lick ass. Nowadays, you know, you got people, all out freaks. They don't have any limitations. Like, like ass is like a candy bar. I'm eating the whole thing. But for plenty of people, they have limitations. Like, no, I'll do this, but I won't do that. You know, like, slow down. Everything ain't for everybody. InfoSpot says military use the ASVAB test to see if someone is smart enough for the. That's true. That's true. The ASVAB test is an accurate test. It's a pretty good, and at least with the ASVAB test, you can study for it. You can go to the library like my brother did, and he prepared himself for the ASVAB test, and he aced it. He was smart anyway, though, but he aced it because you can be smart and good in school and still encounter some questions on the ASVAB that you may not know how to answer or may not be able to answer correctly. It's the same thing with the SAT. That damn SAT test, that shit is a bitch. And it's very, there's so many variables when it comes to the SAT test. But that's a good one, Steve. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's see. Kumar says crazy that don't make you smart knowing a word. Oh, listen, man. Let me give you a word of advice with Crazy Steve. Steve likes to talk. Steve likes to talk. So he's very adversarial. So the more you go back and forth with him, he just likes to get a rise out of you. So I mean, don't take him too personally. We have no idea whether he means the shit that he writes or not. But you can best believe that he's going to be negative and he's going to write a lot. So he will go back and forth with you all day unless you start talking about football. Which this is a good time to start talking about. Because I got my man Info Spot. What we doing, Info? What we doing, Ed? What we doing? Detroit Lions. Washington Commies. What we doing, Ed? What's the score, Ed? What we doing now? No Cleveland Browns. What's y'all picks, man? What are y'all picks? Who's going to win between the Lions and the Commanders? Who wins that game? Give me some scores. Eagles and the Rams. Who wins? We know who wins that. Come on. But we have some interesting games. The Bills and the Ravens. Ooh, that thing is on fire. The Bills and the Ravens. Who wins that? All right. Kumar says, gotta command the Lions. All right. And I'm probably everybody is picking the Chiefs to beat the Texans. But is there any way that the Texans could, rise up and grab the crown? Is it? Is there? What y'all got, man? Who y'all got? I know who Steve rocking with the Lions. But who else? All right, InfoSpot said, I think the Lions will win by 3 points. Damn, only 3? What? In a close dogfight game. Lions 27, Washington. Wow. Shit, I'm thinking they should blow the Commies out the water. They're not really good. They're okay. Chase Daniels is dope, but he's a rookie. I mean, listen, they are my division rivals, so I know these cats. I'm like, I'm not convinced. They would have never beat us 3 weeks ago. They would have never beat us. But hey, they knocked Jalen Hurts out of the game. But before they knocked him out of the game, we was tearing at it. It was belt to ass, belt to add. Don't you never come on this field with me again. And remember, they lost it. They won in the very end. But I don't think they can do shit with the Lions. I really don't. I mean, they're just not equally matched. They're not good enough. All right. But we'll see. We'll see. Info Spot says Eagles will have the game won by the fourth quarter. LA has Stafford and Cup, but weak O-line. The Rams can be dangerous in the playoffs. Any team can be dangerous in the playoffs. But the Rams have that Super Bowl pedigree. They won it in 21. It ain't been long. I mean, I thought that was a whack ass. I mean, I couldn't believe they won that Super Bowl. I'm like, this motherfucking Cincinnati is cursed. Cincinnati is cursed. They are cursed. No matter how bad I want them to finally win a Super Bowl, they won't do it. They couldn't even make the playoffs this year. They just won't do it. Johnny Webb says the refs should be the Chiefs MVP this year. I'm glad you said it. But everybody knows this. This is and it's not just this year. The Chiefs, I mean, you have to remember how the Eagles lost to the Chiefs. That's nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty. I don't know. This is gonna be a good playoff weekend, though. This is gonna be some good shit. I'm gonna tell you this. If the Commanders beat the Lions, I'm gonna be pissed as hell. I don't want to see the Lions go out like that. They might not be my team, but it's time for them to get theirs. Except the Super Bowl. They need to make it to the NFC Championship again. Now, they can win the Super Bowl like next year, provided that we're not good next year. Good enough, whatever. But I'm not trying with a 15-2 record, I'm not trying to see them. They can't go out like the Vikings. The Vikings are a disgrace. They are fucking playoff disgrace. They really are. They are a disgrace when it comes to playoffs. Year after year after year. They drop the ball time after time. They can make it to the divisional round. They've been known to make it to the NFC Championship. But Super Bowl, they are ass. All right. And from what says Washington is playing good football this last month. They beat the Vikings, man. That's Sam Darnold. They beat the Vikings. The Vikings don't have no heart. They don't. You see, they was in a playoff atmosphere 2 weeks in a row. They played y'all for the number 1 seed. Can you imagine what would have happened if they was the number 1 seed? They got their ass waxed at home. At home. No. Yeah. At home. No. I'm sorry. They played the Rams. And the Rams were at home in Arizona because of the fires. Shout out and peace to all the people in California, victims of the fire. All right. Johnny West says, I feel like every year there's enough game tape of Lamar Jackson that they lose in the playoffs. Not this year, man. Lamar is going to do it this year. I can feel it. I can feel it. This time will be different. Hit the like button, y'all. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the like button, please. That's all I ask. I ain't gonna ask you for nothing else. Just hit the like button. Info Spot says Washington beat Tampa Bay. Tampa is one of those two teams that beat the Lions. One thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. You ever have a fight? You ever fight somebody when you were a school kid? And people, we used to live by that logic. Well, I can beat him. So if you can beat him, no. I can't beat him. So if you beat him, then you can beat me. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a game of matchups. Some teams match up better than others. I think Washington. Tampa Bay beat us too. Tampa Bay beat us. They beat y'all, and they beat us bad. But we were bad when they beat us. We weren't. We didn't have our shit together. That's why we were 2-2 going into the bye week. But you see what happened after the bye week. We started turning up. So, sometimes you catch a team at a good time. Yeah, Tampa Bay beat y'all. They beat us. But look what happened. Now, we almost swept the Commanders this year. And it wasn't going to be that hard. They beat our backup quarterback. And it wasn't easy. We let them hang around. Bastards. All right. Info Spot says Bills and Eagles is my Super Bowl pick. I want the Lions, but this is my Super Bowl pick. Eagles and Bills. Oh, we'll see about that. That damn Josh Allen, man, he's good for an interception in an NFC championship or divisional round. I don't know. It looks different this time. He is definitely MVP conversation and MVP material this year. But can Josh be trusted? Can we trust Josh? What we doing, Josh? What we doing? What we doing? Let's see how we doing with this poll. All right. Interesting poll results. Do you think that a person who steals and lies to everybody? Out of 17 votes, 61% says yes, and 40% says no. I don't know. I lean more towards no. But I have to put an asterisk by the no. And the reason that I have to put an asterisk by the no is because a liar may still lie to everybody at some point, but the significance of the lies may only apply to some people. Same thing with a thief. I've known a lot of thieves, and not every thief has stolen from everybody. Like, just because you're a thief doesn't mean that you're stupid. And honestly, it requires a certain amount of intelligence in order to be a good thief, because you have to make sure that you steal things in a way that you won't get caught. In other words, you have to steal in a way where you can avoid detection. And it takes a certain amount of skill, attention to detail, and intelligence in order to know who you can steal from and when you can steal than others. So a thief may steal from people who are easy to steal from, and they may not steal from other people who are hard to steal from. The same, all right. You have violent criminals out here. Very violent criminals out here. You might have a violent criminal out here who is quick to pull the trigger. quick to shoot somebody. Kim Swim says, but it's still a lie. All right, Kim, do you think that it's possible for a person to never tell a lie? Because I don't think it's possible to never, ever tell a lie. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, like how? Even if you just tell a person to mind their business, you may give them some false business to mind instead of your real business. Still a lie? You says we're all liars. Now, wait a minute, Kim. Now, hold on, man. Now you're going too far. Can't we just say that we all lie? We don't have to be like we're all liars. Now I'm you know, they say a hit dog will holler. Well, I'm hollering. Arr, arr. Not a liar, but sometimes in times of trouble, you might need a well-placed lie. Like, no, officer, I don't know how fast I was going. I was too busy making sure I was stepping on the pedal. Oh, I didn't know I ran that light. I thought I made it through. Ran a light? Where? Doesn't make you a liar. You gotta navigate your way through life. Yeah, using such negative labeling words. It said, what's the difference between telling a lie and being a liar? Because a liar's whole MO is based on lying. Like a liar will lie for no good reason. A person who tells a lie might tell a lie in order to get away, in order to get out of trouble, in order to escape culpability. They don't lie. They don't lie as a regular occurrence in it. Oh, no. They don't lie as their regular mode of operation. Like a liar lies all the time. Like they rarely ever even, like they, for some reason, they can't tell the truth about anything. Even things that are good enough being truthful, they'll still find a way to sprinkle some lie on it. You know, like, yeah, man, I just went to the store to buy a bag of potato chips. And yo, I got these chips for $0.25. Big family size bag of chips. I got them shits for $0.25. That's what a liar does. Like, okay, I mean, you couldn't just say that, look, I got a bag of chips. You want some chips? You had to kick it like there was something grandiose about buying the chips. Okay. What's your name? Crikets? Crikets? I'm a thief because I stole your heart. Oh, God. All right. Info Spot says, Gone in 60 Seconds is my favorite movie. Okay, cool. Oh, my God. One is better is on some other shit. Info Spot says, I'm sure all of us lied calling in sick to work because we had to take a day off of work at the last minute, or it's the only way to get the day off. See? It's not being a liar. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I call out of work, and I hardly ever do, I'll just take a regular, a vacation day or PTO or whatever. But if I call out, I mean, the rules don't say that you have to give a reason. So I just don't. I need this day off. An emergency came up and I can't make it. I might not lie because I might need that lie for something better, later on. You know what I mean? You want to give up the good stuff first. All right. Kim says, this is a convo we have during work meetings all of the time. Love to hear others' perspective on it. Well, the other thing is the lying by omission thing. People kill me with that. You lied by omission. I'm like, nah, no. But there is no lying by omission. Not in my world. I'm like, I can't rock with that. No. Just because I didn't tell you don't mean I lied by omission. I might not have wanted you to know. Or you didn't ask. I answered the questions that you asked. You didn't ask the right questions. There were certain qualifying questions that you could have asked and maybe should have asked, and you didn't. And so you didn't get the info that you required. That's on you. That now got nothing to do with me, man. That now got nothing to do with me. You deceived by omission. It might not be the job of the deceiver to reveal. But the person who's asking for the information needs to know the questions that need to be asked. My daddy told me, he said, questions that don't get asked don't have to get answered. Questions that don't get asked don't have to get answered. They didn't ask the questions, don't volunteer shit. You don't go volunteering information. Shit, I caught a gun charge because my fucking forthcoming ass told the cop who stopped me, and I had a suspended license out of state, and I told him, officer, I have a firearm in the vehicle. It's in the middle console. I just want you to know I am licensed to carry. Next thing you know, he's like, he got the gun on me. I need you to remove yourself from the vehicle. Put your hands where I can see, and all that shit. Now none of that would have happened. None of that would have happened. I had to go to court to fight this gun case. Why? Because I offered information that wasn't relevant. Now I'm thinking that they're going to impound the vehicle, and then they're going to find the gun, and then it's going to make it look like I was on some shady shit. So I told them. Plus, I'm thinking that my license to carry a firearm was valid in the state of Maryland, and it wasn't. The whole East Coast, it was valid. All the way down to Florida, except for Maryland. So if I would have made it to Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, I would have been cool. But that goddamn Maryland, they don't even have a license to carry in Maryland. You cannot carry a concealed or open carry weapon in the state of Maryland. Guess who's never moving to Maryland? Guess who's never moving to Maryland? And it's sad because it's a nice state. Guess who's never moving to Maryland? Yo, I just don't fuck with Maryland. And it's essentially a southern state. It's below the Mason-Dixon line. You're supposed to love guns. Second Amendment, no honoring ass state. Kim says, example, a married person who doesn't admit they're married because they weren't asked. Oh, you mean when they try to talk to them? Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean. And they didn't have a ring on? Oh, yeah, that's good. I don't think they lied by omission. I think that they straight up, ran game. Yeah, that's what I think. They straight ran game. InfoSpot says sometimes we lie because we don't want to talk about the truth with others. Example, I don't show up for a birthday party and I'm asked why I didn't come. I might lie because I don't want to talk about it. You may not have wanted to get into, I didn't come because this person was there and I don't really get along with them and I didn't want to really be around them and I didn't want to be in their presence. But I don't want to get into that with you because you are cool with that person and I ain't trying to be messy, baby. Not trying to be messy. No. InfoSpot says a sick family member. Oh, because I didn't want to talk about a sick family member, so I might lie and say I had to work overtime. Man, so how about some things are just your business and not others? No? We can't do that? How about some things are your business and not others? Everybody's not privy to all information. I don't know. I just never liked the whole lie by omission thing. God damn it. I never liked that. It doesn't fit right. It doesn't jive well with my spirit. It doesn't. We got to try something else. We got to try something else. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, share it, so we can still have a few minutes left. Just a few. We're winding down. We're getting to the very end. All right. Kim says, my son is not a liar. He's been like that since he arrived in this space, and he doesn't lie about anything. Sadly, it is not a good thing because he is honest to a flaw about everything. You don't think maybe he lied to somebody at some point and it didn't go well, so he decided, fuck it, let me just tell the truth. I'm gonna just tell the truth. I think that there's a time and a place for all things. There's a time and a place for the truth, and there's a time for a well-placed lie. There's just a time for that shit. You know, everybody can't rock. Not everybody. Not everybody. So look, we got 20 votes. We got 20 votes. And we got 60% yes and 40% no. Interesting. So out of 20, it looks like it looks like 14 people said yes, and 6 people said no. Interesting. Very, very interesting. No, I'm sorry. 12 people. Yeah. No. Yeah. 12 people said yes, and 8 people said no. Not bad. 12 to 8 on 20 votes. Do you think that a person who steals and or lies steals and lies to everybody? People, liars and thieves that I've known have picked their battles. They picked their battles. They decided, like, well, I'll lie to this one. Okay, let me ask y'all this, a quick one. If a man is dealing with 2 women at the same time, a lot of people think that a lot of people think that he'll either lie to his wife and keep it real with his side chick, or lie to his side chick and keep it real with his wife. Now, if he's cheating, I don't see how he's keeping it real with his wife. But a lot of people think that he keeps it real with his side chick, as if he has nothing to lose with his side chick by telling her the truth. Now, this is a sticky one because we can't be in everybody's bedrooms or in their living rooms or overhearing their phone conversation. But he may be more honest with one than he is with the other. He may be. Now, there are men who admit that they're married and they have a side chick. They let her decide for herself whether she wants to get involved with him. And then you have men who lie and act like they're single and who dip and, you know what I mean? They got to duck, run, hide because they haven't told their side chick that she's a side chick and that he's married. Kim Jong says, nope, it's some kind of disorder. It's always been there, so he's never lied. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, what if he don't know? Does he just have to say that he doesn't know? Info Spot says he most likely to lie to both. More than likely, yeah. Especially on some level. PBN NJJ? Wait, no, NJA 444 at Kim. Is it possible your child is on the autism spectrum? Autistic people may struggle to pick up on subtle cues that will signal when a lie is expected or necessary in a social situation. Nah, that boy ain't autistic. He ain't autistic. All right. So we put in our work today. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do these birthday shout outs, and then we're going to get on up out of here. In advance, I want to thank y'all all for coming through. Thank y'all all for representing. Thank y'all for participating in the poll question. Thanks for being down. So let's get it popping. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 15th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Desmond DaCosta, or DaCosta. Happy birthday to you, and also Joan Marie Martinez. Happy birthday, and Joanna Lorene, and Maria Reynolds, and Mitch Bonzo, Percy McIntyre, no relation, but what up, cuz? What's good? And D Bell, Suzanne Lewis, my man Keith Duckett, Tommy Too Smooth. Last but not least, I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious January 15th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and go hard, go for yours, and hey, yo, you gotta regulate yourself. You gotta have some self-control so you can have wealth, or you can have peace, or at least be able to get over and stay sober. Yo, I might do this, but I might not do this. I'm gonna do that. Yo, I gotta keep it fat. I gotta keep it tall. Gotta keep it raw. Gotta make sure that I have enough of myself and all y'all. And it's never gonna stopping. Because I gotta make sure that it's on and popping. I know that one day I'm gonna have to meet the piper, pay him, and be riper. Just like an onion, maybe like Paul Bunyan. I'm standing tall as hell. And as well, I'm trying to make sure that I make a little better. Give me a little bit of peace and be a beast. Make sure nobody try to take from me. Don't try to still lie to me. But even if you do, I gotta elevate so I can understand you. Because if I don't do that, I'm be mad as hell, and that's like a cat. And I don't never wanna be pussy, and I don't wanna be like the big bushy. Wait a minute. Rewind it. Yo, don't trying to hide it so I can't find it. I'm reminded of a better time in life when I had 3 kids, a dog, and a wife. Volvo station wagon, a picket fence. And I knew that one day it was going to get tense if I didn't have to regulate myself and I was sniffing coke all night. Yeah, fucking up my health. And I wasn't going to the doctor. And this shit was getting bad. Toothpaste, Proctor, and gambling on my life. I'm going to tell a little story. It gets a little gory. Everything ain't for me. And I had to learn. Sometimes you got to wait your turn. You can't wait. Well, since no time waits for no one. You got to keep it moving and keep it improving, son. Yo, we had a caller on here tonight. She was feeling kind of hype. Yo, I understand that type. I can't put my finger on it. Sometimes I have to be like, am I haunted by the thoughts of things that I've done before? Am I going for self? Am I getting for more? Am I ever going to be on tour? Can I have a triangle and maybe a bangle hanging on my wrist? It's like this and that. I'm going to make sure that I have to get back to all of y'all who believed in the God. I know that times nowadays is kind of hard, 2025, or whether it's a project, but I got to make sure that I get respect. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what time we do our thing. The Sammy BB says, I praise his longtime girlfriend for being by his side. He has certainly made parenting interesting. Oh, damn. That's Kim. Sammy B says, thank you for the show, brother. Have a good night. Yo, thank you for coming through. I know I'm getting tired. I'm reading the wrong shit. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. Cheryl Horsey, PB, Info Spot, Sammy B. Yo, appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all y'all, man. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Come back tomorrow night. Every weeknight, 2 a.m. We are here. Tomorrow night, we will be talking about some fly shit. And I can guarantee that. All right. Peace, y'all.